What's up, everybody? My name is Scott. I'm a medium and a psychic, and I am hanging out at the Palmer House in Sauk Centre, Minnesota. Don't you know? All right, if you're from here, I'm just kidding. I know you guys don't all talk like that, but some of you do, so don't be mad at me. Anyways, we're at the Palmer House Hotel, and it is really cool so far. So I have been up since 3:45 a.m. this morning, New Jersey time. I flew in on a flight that left at 6 a.m. So anyways, we checked in, I had some lunch, and then I'm in my beautiful room, which is got wild horses. I love it. I love it in here. Everything is really fun. Look, it's all horses. I love horses. I like looking at horses. I'm not like, I don't ride horses or anything. Anyways, that has nothing to do with this video. So this place is apparently pretty haunted. I don't know much about that because I didn't look into it. I assume it is because I'm here with Dave Schrader and I'm here with Sarah Lemos, who is a fantastic medium as well.
Don't do that.
Oh, the fairies don't want to let us in.
Right.
Nope.
So now I have to wait.
I'll put this girl right here while we're waiting. Hey, girl. A little easy on the eyes if I don't say so myself. Yeah, we did it. I mean, Kevin did it. We is not a real thing.
Okay, hold on to the railing.
I sure will. Oh, that's creepy up there.
That was the servants' stairwell.
Okay.
Go ahead and close the door behind you.
You got it. Are we going to be able to get out?
Yep.
It opens up fine from the other side?
Yep.
That's what you're saying? Okay.
This is under the lobby.
Okay.
You can see the original foundation.
That's cool.
Little history on the walls here, but you might not want to read them yet.
Yeah, not yet. I'm going to take a look at this place first.
And then back here is under the pub. There's actually a set of stairs behind the bar.
And they come down here?
And this is one of the ways down to the basement. Furnace room.
What's up, Gus? Nice to see you there.
And another seating area for people to sit down and
Oh, they really
ask
let
questions.
you go into all the nooks and crevices down here, huh?
Yep.
Cool. So the question is, would you have the guts to come down here and sit alone? Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
You have? Anything cool happen?
No.
No?
No.
Womp womp. That's okay. Maybe this weekend we'll have something really neat happen.
Not by myself, but with a group. There's been plenty of activity down here.
All right, cool. I can't wait to see it. So we're downstairs in the basement of the Palmer House with Kevin, and before we started anything, we had lunch, and I wrote some things down on a placemat, and Kevin says this is one of the places that I hit on. So I'm going to turn it over to Kevin, and we'll see what I said about the basement that made sense. So Kevin, why don't you come on over? This is Kevin.
Hi.
Kevin, what's your YouTube channel?
MN Ghost Seeker, Minnesota Ghost Seeker, all one word.
Got it. We'll put a link down in the description for you guys so you can follow him.
So on this placemat, Scott wrote down, in the basement, dead leaving to a morgue. And right in front of us is what was an ice cooler. Back in the day, they would cut the ice from Sauk Lake, haul it up here, bring it down the stairs behind us, and put it into this small room. And inside it has like a metal walls on it to help keep the ice cold. During the Spanish flu, there wasn't enough room at the local hospital to keep the dead bodies. And this cooler was used as a morgue. And this is the first time that Scott is hearing this. He didn't know this when he was writing it down. But it's a hit. It's a hit, folks.
So that's really interesting because at the Shanley Hotel, they have a portion of the basement that is literally called the morgue, because what would happen in Napanock is that the winter would get so cold they had no way to dig the ground out. So the hotel owners would let people store their dead in the hotel basement until the spring.
Wow.
And so I didn't think that was the case here. I just felt like what I was witnessing was, for some reason, that there were dead people down here and they were carted, like kind of just carted out. So do you have any idea how many people?
No.
Okay.
I haven't.
Just you know that the hospital was overfilled.
Yep.
And this is where they store the bodies until the morgue could catch up.
Correct.
That's pretty crazy. Do you guys ever have any kind of interaction with anybody that might have something to do with that?
I have not,
Okay.
but perhaps the owner or some of the employees may have.
Okay. All right. So that's one of those cool things. So I'll show you guys the ice box, and then we'll take a quick little tour around here, and hopefully we'll be able to come down here at some point during the weekend and do a little investigating. Here's open. All right. Let's check this ice box out. This is really neat. So they keep all their china and stuff in there, extra glassware, and then you can see Kevin said that that's a metal wall in there, which is really neat. So just imagine that this sucker was just possibly stocked. Let's say stocked with dead bodies from the floor all the way up to the ceiling. I mean, I don't know how many bodies you can fit in there. Maybe like 15 or 16, maybe, if you stack them real nice. I don't know, don't ask me. But that's just really a very interesting place to keep them. I like that they used to keep the ice in there, and then they were like, move out the ice, put in the bodies.
And behind me are the doors that enter from outside, kind of like cellar doors,
Okay.
to come down to the basement. And my guess is this is where the bodies were brought in from during the Spanish flu.
Probably in and out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's creepy. This is the hotel's very own little death chute.
This here is another spot where we do investigations, and it's known as the Snowman Room.
Huh. Wonder why.
Yeah.
Three o'clock in the afternoon here, so it's still spooky no matter what time it is, you know? All right, so you're all familiar with the SB7 mostly.
I'm on reverse sweep. And let's get the volume up. There was something.
Yeah.
Who is with Scott and I?
Female voice coming through. Can you say the name of the female spirit that I was picking up? Two syllables. Can you say it nice and loud, the name of the female spirit? Miss, if you're down here, could you come over and say hello to us?
That was female.
Sure was. You don't have to be afraid. This is just a radio that can hear you. Can you say hello?
If you are familiar with me, let me introduce you to my new friend Scott.
Did you say my name?
It's either Scott or Hi.
Oh my goodness. And it was definitely a female, right?
Right.
Thank you for being so welcoming. I appreciate it. Do you reside down here in the basement? Are you? I'm sorry. Yeah.
We're gonna have a group of folks here this weekend. Can you call your friends and have them come here with you? Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sally said thank you back, right? Pretty awesome. Where are you from, Spirit? I'll have to review that one.
That sounded like Scott.
Yep. Are you all okay with me being here? My friend Dave Schrader invited me. Something just went right across this wall. I don't know if the camera caught it, but so probably not, but right across here, this white mist just came across. Was that you trying to show off? Can you do it again? That's the second time I saw a white mist in this basement. Wow. What room should we investigate the most this weekend? Can you say the number of the room? Might have said kids. Oh. It's not a number, but there is a room here called the kids room. Okay, we could definitely check out the kids room. I think that's high on the priority list for most. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we move on? Okay, Spirit, thanks for your time. We appreciate you. We'll be talking more.
Thank you.
As I walked through this hallway over here, I heard somebody say, tell them that Tanya sent you, or Tanya is sending you. Something about the name Tanya, and I'm going to explain what she looks like. I don't know what her role is here at the hotel or if there's any historical background for her, but this is a young African American woman or a young black woman, probably like early 20s. She is dressed in like a red, like a maroon. Maroon is a better color. Sort of dress that I would expect like a flapper dress from like the 20s. It's got a lot of beads and sequins on it. She's very pretty, and she for some reason is, to me, very present here in this space. I asked Kevin if he knew anything about that name. I was not sure. Well, I have to do a little research, but I got it as I came through here, and then more so I see her standing back here against that wall. You're good, Kevin. You could stay in the shop, buddy. So somewhere back in this area, this woman is hanging out, and she keeps pointing at the wall over there, and I get the feeling, oddly enough, and I'm trying to make sure that I keep all of my pre-notions of basements away, but I feel as though somebody was shot to death against that wall. And this is the second time I'm seeing some sort of tragedy here at this hotel, and I don't know if that's what it's known for. I have no idea. We're going to discover that together as we go. But she's pointing to that wall, and I do feel as though that somebody or some people may have been lined up against it and taken out. So that's a really interesting impression that I have there. Hopefully we'll be able to find out if that's true or not, or if they have any idea if what I'm saying is accurate or not. Find out. There we go. Good morning, everybody. This is the start off to the weekend at the Palmer House here in Sauk Centre, Minnesota. I keep saying Michigan. Ignore me. Look who's here with me.
Good morning.
It's Sarah. You guys, look, we exist in the same place at the same time.
It's crazy.
Isn't that funny? Today you were doing a gallery reading.
Yes.
And then we're both teaching different kinds of classes on how to open up your spiritual abilities. One from my point of view and one from Sarah's. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna tell you, I feel like learning from the two of us is probably a really good value, right? Because you got two different styles, but they both go to the same place, so that's really fun. You've been here before,
Yes.
right? Yeah. Have you had any notable experiences here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
This is, do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, you can.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
So downstairs in the basement,
Uh-huh.
later tonight, full bodies.
I saw one yesterday.
Yeah, and there's black shadows that just constantly are moving.
Okay, so by now in this, they'll have already seen the part, but I was down there yesterday with Kevin when you guys were hanging out up here.
Yeah.
And we walked past this one hallway, and as I was looking in, I saw this white thing just walk through, and I was like, maybe it's just my eyes playing tricks on me. 'Cause you know how it is. You gotta think that way.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
and then we were standing and doing a SB7 Spirit Box session, and I saw this white ball just go right across, right in front of us.
Wow.
It just like floated right through there, and I was like, holy crap, like I'm seeing that with my eyes.
Yep.
And it was pretty awesome.
Yep.
So that's where we should definitely be paying attention,
Yes.
right?
Big
Yeah.
pay
I
attention
thought
right
so.
down there.
Yep.
Yep.
And
That
it
in the kids' room.
Which I'm sleeping right next to.
Did they wake you up?
No, last night when I was going to bed, I said, hey kids, the rest of the weekend you can hang out with me, but tonight please just let me get some sleep.
Yeah.
And that I didn't hear a thing.
They're great.
Actually, you know what was weird? And since it's a hotel, you can't always tell, but I was awake for like an extra hour before I went to bed, and there was a lot of movement, and I couldn't tell if it was people coming through, but like there was no talking. It was just a lot of noise. And I was wondering if that was something in the hotel doing that.
That's awesome.
You know? So
Yeah.
we'll see. What's up, everybody? It's nice to see you there. I am with my good friend Sarah Lemos, who is about to start her gallery reading with all these lovely people here at the Palmer House. Say hi, everybody. Are you all excited to get a gallery reading with Miss Sarah Lemos? Yeah, you are. Yes. They're all here for you, young lady. So
Let's do it.
everybody be nice and open. And I don't probably have to say this, but I'll say it at the beginning of mine too. If it sounds like your relative, speak up. Don't make her feel crazy, all right? All right. All right, everybody. Have a good reading. We'll see you guys when you're done. Have a good reading, everyone. You too. Oh. Coca-Cola, please.
So guys, as we settle into our seats and get ready.
So much fun.
Awesome.
I'm headed down into the basement here in the Palmer house, and we are doing the first night of investigation. Everybody is doing a psychic sweep of the building for the next 2 hours. Mr. Schrader handed out notebooks to everybody. So everybody is to write down their psychic impressions for the next 2 hours. They're wandering the whole hotel, and they're doing what I do, what other mediums on teams do. They're writing down their impressions, and they're not supposed to be talking to each other. So if you're watching this and you were here and you were talking, naughty, don't do that. So right now we're down in the basement where you saw Kevin and I earlier in the video investigating, and we didn't tell anybody anything. There are people who have been here before and they know things, but we're asking them to lean more into other stuff, things that they may not know, and that's what we're doing. And then at the end of this, in about an hour and a half, we're all going to collect together and we are going to compare notes, and it's going to be really fun. It's a really cool experiment, and it teaches people to lock into their own abilities and trust themselves when they're ghost hunting and when they're using their own intuition and psychic abilities. So I'm going to show you a bunch of people walking around. They're not zombies. They're doing what we asked, and I think they're doing a fantastic job. Let's check in on everybody, okay? Come on. Obviously the basement here is super creepy, and that's pretty awesome. So we'll go check in on some more of the people here and go into other rooms and see what they're up to and see how they're doing. Everybody down here looks like they're doing a really good job, so that's really exciting. Doing good, ladies? Okay. Oh my God, you scared me. As you can see, this place has people everywhere. They're all doing a really good job, especially her. She's doing a really good job. This is where I've been staying, and I hope that nobody finds anything in here, because I like to sleep at night in a not so haunted room. You know what I mean? You know. That's why you're watching this on YouTube and not watching it here with us. But maybe you want to. The Palmer House. Come hang here. It's pretty awesome.
All right, well, let's start in the basement. Everybody open up to your basement chapter. Anybody have a weird experience in the basement? Raise your hands if you had a weird experience in the basement. Okay. Well, let's start here. What's one of your experiences from the basement?
So I was sitting by the area.
I don't even see your lips moving. How are you doing this?
So good.
Oh,
No, that's okay.
She can go first.
Yeah, please. Go ahead.
sorry. I've had a headache since I started upstairs, and then I felt like somebody was massaging my scalp down there, and my headache actually got a little better. Raise your hands.
What?
I had it ever since I got to Lucy's room.
Right, and where did you get yours? Lucy's room. That's right.
Okay. Anybody else get a headache in Lucy's room?
Well,
That's at the top floor, it's the last room on the right.
Raise your hands if you got a headache in there or felt like there was something wrong with the frontal lobe. Okay.
That happens to me when I walk into place.
Very cool, all
And then
right.
you talk to each other, but you all receive the same message. Well, that's-
I get the
You
last
know,
thing
Heidi,
I
for people
walk
that weren't
into
supposed to
the
talk, you seem to know everybody's story.
Because he's trying to tell you 3 times.
Go ahead.
I get the front left thing a lot when I just walk in the door.
Oh, really? Okay, that's good. So, third floor, so in the basement, you felt like you were, like it was massaging your headache away. Did anybody else feel like when they were in the basement, something touched them at all? Physically? Yes?
My hair, yeah, my hair.
On the hair? How about you in the back? On top of your head? Is that written down in your books?
Something touched my hair, my furnace room.
Wow. Who else wrote that in their book?
I felt tingling in my head, but I didn't.
That's good.
So the same.
What part of the basement?
The fleas.
Furnace room.
Yeah.
Like,
There's like it's right before you go in. There's like a little shrine built up, like there's little
Okay,
like,
sure,
bubbles
yep.
and stuff on the
Okay,
brick.
so it's like in the middle there?
Yeah,
Head in there,
where there's a
okay.
bunch of chairs lined up.
All right. And where did you get touched in the head?
The furnace room, the far
Okay.
on the right.
Same thing with you? Both got touched in the furnace room? Furnace room?
I
Furnace room?
I got stabbed in the back,
You got stabbed in the back? Where at? Which room?
down in the basement.
Which room?
Back over by the steps where they dug for bones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, about the gunshot.
Yeah, I got,
But she,
Oh, hold on one second, what?
the only thing that I got in that room was a colored dark creature, or dark creature looking at me.
In the basement?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right where the stairs are.
Anybody else pick up on a shadow figure or shadow person down there? Okay,
I heard a heavy sigh back in there.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, now when you say you got stabbed in the back, did it literally feel like somebody just
Yeah.
shivved you right there?
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else have a sharp pain like that underneath the stairs? No?
I had a little stranger experience.
Okay, what's yours?
Before I went to the basement, I had a very strong picture of.
Okay, well, let's finish up the basement real
But
quick.
it has to do with the basement.
Okay, all right.
I had a very strong picture of split copper wires up
Okay.
here. And when I got to the area where everyone was talking about, I found a conduit with split copper wires. So,
Yes?
I don't know. Something was like telling me that the basement is dirty and that it needs a cleaning. Like that's what it kept saying. Like someone needs to
The
clean.
owner's right behind you.
It's like it wasn't. Like, it just kept saying like it's dirty. It needs to be cleaned. But I don't know exactly if they were talking about the basement or.
All right. Yes?
So I was sitting in the seating area where there's all those chairs in the middle,
Okay.
and I saw immediately a man, a stoic man, dirty face, like dirt or soot, something on his face. Either a uniform
Is
or
this the
coveralls.
area in the back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, when you
Okay.
come, yeah.
Back,
The open,
the outside
I
of
would
the
say more
stair
open.
room, where the
So
bins
weird.
were.
I literally wrote down stoic in my book.
In the large room?
That's what I kept seeing, was stoic. And so, and I kept seeing dirt on his face, and he was tough. He was a hard worker, tough. And I was
Yes, he
saying
was.
war or tough. He was hardworking. And then I left that room, went somewhere else, and I came back and I saw the sign on the wall that said coal, that they used to have coal here and they shoveled coal. And I was like, that's it. That's what I saw.
However, just so you know, two things can be true at once. So you might have been talking to somebody who's a veteran, but also came here and did that job, or vice versa. Okay?
Okay.
Remember that.
What's his name, Fred?
I heard young men coming in from the door down there to deliver coal, and they're laughing and having a good time. And then in that back corner, I heard like men playing cards, and a guy was like, "Get out of here." And I'm like, why? Because I'm a woman? Yeah, get the hell out of here. And yeah. Wow.
Okay, very cool. Anybody else pick up on, and this was in the basement?
Yes.
Anybody else in the basement pick up on gambling stuff?
Oh.
Look at that.
That was
And you've written it down?
Yeah.
What type of gambling? Let's hear some of the different versions.
Me?
Nope, right behind you.
What I got was workers down there shooting dice and drinking alcohol.
Okay. So current workers?
No, I got like from the 30s and 40s.
Okay. All right, yes?
Yeah, I got like underground gambling, so like poker and card games, I got underground.
That's what you're at too?
You guys got that? Anybody else have any other kind of gambling stuff going on down in the basement they picked up on? Yes?
I wasn't down in the basement.
Oh,
Over there.
oh, sorry, you were
Farther.
pointing at her, I got confused.
Farther, yeah.
Yes, okay, go ahead,
I
sir.
had shenanigans. Keep saying shenanigans. And then, but it was warm feelings of debauchery and need a break, you go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not cold debauchery, warm debauchery.
I heard loud laughter.
Loud laughter, good, so you're picking up on the same deals? Yes, sir.
Yeah, in the room with the snowman, I saw diamond patterns, like from a card.
Oh, okay, so you were picking up on cards? Yes, in the back?
I had to smell of really cheap liquor and music from the 20s and 30s. Like it was a speakeasy down there where there was a doorway that was hidden that they come in through.
What do we know about that, Kel? Do we know for certain if they...
I just think it would stand to reason that it happened. And I would think a lot of that, how that traffic came in, I don't know if any of you noticed, but in the bar, like where the tap beer is.
Jacked over.
Did you see on the wall behind the shelves with liquor that there's a door back there?
Yeah.
That used to be an alley that ran here. If you go out in front of the building, what you see is a barber shop right next to me, but that's only a small portion of it. This is a whole alley.
I wrote alley.
Yeah.
I wrote alley and I had benches and stairs. I kept
Yes,
drawing benches and
because there were
stairs.
stairs that came to that door, and then right behind that beer cooler in the floor is a trap door. And that's where those stairs go down, stairs one, where you have that experience. And then that's where the original walk-in cooler is down there. And so deliveries would come that way, but I also think that that's a lot of traffic that didn't want to be seen.
And it is believed that these buildings were kind of connected at one point too, right?
Yes, yes.
So a lot of them were connected under there, so it would stand to reason, gambling parlor, booze, that all fits, yes.
So Kelly, on that back wall in the workroom, there's a cinder block portion, and then there's the old stone portion on the right-hand side. What was that before? So it was there when you were there? Or before you were here? Okay. The cinder block would indicate more recent than
Yes.
the other side.
Yes,
Okay.
and there was talk that, and nobody's been able to verify this for me, but I suspect that the foundation on the south part of the building, where you see all the fieldstone and river rock, was also part of the foundation of the Sauk Centre house that burned down. And I think they reused that. And through some research I've done, the Palmer house at one point, I think, was smaller, like, you know, maybe even to this wall, and then there was an addition put on. And that is the north side of the building, where you see more traditional concrete block like what we're used to
Yeah,
seeing
I just
now.
wondered if that cinder block had blocked off some kind of tunnel to somewhere else, like during Prohibition.
To me, that is the only place it makes sense.
Yes.
Because that could be more easily disguised. Now, it's hard to see it in the basement because when they've done road work out here, the glass block windows, you can see them out here. The ones on that end of the building, they took out when they did the road construction. They didn't want to trust that they may not collect.
Can you?
Could have been what my
Hold on.
feeling was.
I got something where it just, everything went silent there. Like they didn't want to talk about it anymore.
Can you say anything about the woman? Did you have any descriptors of her?
No, I didn't stick around long enough to find out. I was very creeped out by that back corner, and I'm like, I'm sorry this happened to you, and I just had to leave.
Okay. I brought up something about that too.
Was that the area with the Halloween decorations?
With the skeleton?
Yes.
Yeah.
I walked in there and I immediately got like, I was like jumping, like a jump scare.
I had a feeling of wanting to see the sun, so that makes sense. If it was like
Did the
somewhere that
woman
they would
have
keep
a black
somebody.
hat
Like I kept
and
seeing
black,
like
long
the
black
sun.
dress
All I see is.
with short hair, wavy hair?
I felt like she had longer hair, but I saw her like getting pushed over or pushed off into the wall, so that's, I was just kinda like, okay, that's not, I'm not gonna.
So Sarah picked up on that too.
Yeah, I picked up on that when I first came to the Palmer. I wanted to know where the woman was buried, because I knew she had been hurt, she'd been harmed, and then she fell into the space. So that's what I picked up downstairs. I was like, there's a woman here, like physically here, like bones, there's pieces of a woman here. I don't know how much of her, but when I was down there, when I was like, I can see her. And then I could see the whole situation unfold how she got there. But I don't know if we'll ever know.
What did she look like?
Well, we do know.
Oh,
Because when
what?
Kelly first took possession of the building, she had people that were psychics and mediums that came by, and many told her that there was a body buried.
Like a complete stranger came in.
Oh.
And what happened, Kel?
Tells me this whole story, and of course this is early on, and I'm like, okay, well, there's another crazy person that came through the door and told me a story and left. And so this whole thing about there's a man, somebody's buried in the basement, they're underneath the stairs, they're saying it's time, it's time, it's time. And y'all been in the basement, you see what a rat maze it is, but she like had drawn the whole thing out.
Not having been done.
No. And she told me this all came to her in a dream. And so.
And what happened when you dug in that area?
Months later, I was here one night and I'm like,
Time.
what the heck?
I kept writing time over there, yeah.
And yeah, I started digging under the stairs, and at first I was just finding a bone here and a bone there, and pretty soon I went and got a box, and I'm filling it with what is, to me, was rib bones. And all of a sudden I had a moment of, I should call my husband. And he's like, for the love of God, stop what you're doing. We're a restaurant, they could shut us down for something like this. And I'm like, this is why I married you, because somebody has poison in this family. And he's like, let me look at him in the morning before I go to work. Just stop what you're doing, come home. I'll look at him in the morning before I go to work, and and then we'll decide if we need to turn him, send him to the university for analysis. I'm here alone, nobody knows I've done it. I take this box, I set it on a shelf. My husband comes the next morning, probably 8:30, 8:45. We go downstairs, I show him the box, he takes one look at it. He was wanting to see, does it look like there's any butcher marks or cut marks that maybe it's an animal. And all he said was, we need to send these into the university for analysis. And I was like, that's kind of what I thought. Slid the box back on the shelf, he came back at lunch. I went downstairs to bring the box up, to package it up and start making phone calls or whatever I needed to do. And the entire box was gone, and I've never found it since.
So there's a $20,000 reward. Grab your shovels, kids.
But the thing is I mean, I've always kind of went, okay, there's divine intervention in there somewhere for me, because maybe they've been acknowledged. I wish I could have done more for closure. I mean, is there a family, is there kids somewhere that would just like, mom didn't come home or dad didn't come home or something really sad like that? But I also did not understand, it was just ignorance on my part, that the chain of command, if you find something like that and the reporting that you legally need to do, I mean, a state medical examiner could have shut me down and I'd have been bankrupt. And yet, even though I was trying to do the right thing. So
there you go. How creepy is that? You guys are picking up on good stuff. All right. Very cool. Any other quick weird bits from the basement? Yes.
Concussion type noise in my right ear.
Okay. Anybody hear like a concussive noise in there that might have affected your ears?
Also known to us law enforcement as a gunshot.
That's exactly how he
And who was I with? You. And what did I say to you? I can see somebody being shot down here. Right. So that's. It was back again. I guess whichever wall is the furthest over. Kevin, where were we? We were that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was over there, and that's where I came across the young black lady, and she, to me, this is what I witnessed. It was a young black female. She was dressed in like that maroon color that these ladies were wearing. It was like a flapper dress, so I knew it was like around the 20s. And she had 3 African American men with her, and she showed me. She's like, watch, and then she showed me that they were executed, and I was like, holy crap, what am I watching? Right, this is so strange, and
By
I could hear.
gunshot or by something
Yeah,
else?
by gunshot. I watched them like a firing squad. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring that up and we'll see what it's about, but it's not something we can confirm. But what I will tell you is that when you guys are picking this stuff up, you're doing a great job, can't wait to hear more of it. Remember that sometimes those spirits will come here and they might be from just around the edges in other buildings. But they know we're looking, so that's the sort of thing that could happen. And you're giving him a look, so what it... Yeah.
Tell him, Todd.
What?
It kills her that she doesn't have all the stories, Todd. Tell us a story, Todd.
It's the quietest I've ever heard her in 20 years.
Tell him that you heard a gunshot.
Yeah, he did.
Just said that.
Yeah. So that's cool. So he's picking up on that.
And if I could just add, Scott told me all this in the car coming up here. So, I mean, it wasn't like after he arrived, it was before he even got here.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm taking up a lot of your time.
That's
But
okay.
I also felt like this old man named Barney, something around Barney, got burnt, steam burnt.
Oh.
Was working with the, what do you call it, the heating system.
Boiler.
The boiler, let up, had done it 100 times and got steam burnt and went home and he was an older man and his wife was sore. Anyway, the whole story unfolded.
Down there.
Yes.
Okay.
Why did you have a story for that? Nope. Okay, good. All right, any other basement stories? Yes.
Did they ever bring in the horses down there in the wintertime from freezing?
Yes.
And I had the...
I picked
Yep.
that up.
Yeah.
They,
Yep.
this, when the Sauk Centre house was here, the parking lot was stables. And so if they had animal, if it was gonna be really cold, or maybe they had, an animal that was going to be birthing, it was not unusual for them to bring the animals.
Anybody else pick
into
up
the
animals in the basement?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
picked up the livery that would have been next door.
Yes.
Very good.
Cool. Great job.
What I could see was they were bringing grain and hay in there to feed them sometimes in the winter.
Yeah.
But they'd only bring them in when they got really cold.
Right.
So that's what I did.
You're right.
Okay, good job on the basement.
All right, we are about to kick off night 2 at the Palmer House. Sarah Lemos and I don't know where Dave is. He's always disappearing doing things. I hope he's making us meatloaf. In any case, he's got a black sweatshirt on. You got a black sweatshirt on.
Yeah.
We are cool ghost hunters now, and we're about to go into the Palmer House and start traditional ghost hunting. Are you ready to go?
I am.
Where are you going first?
Basement back right. Because I
Basement
did
back
some
right.
meditation and they said that's where they're at right now.
All right, maybe I should follow you and see what we get.
Yeah.
2 mediums don't make a right. Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. I trust Sarah Lemos to bring me into the basement.
Fall down these stairs.
I'm gonna now that you said it.
Don't do it.
Good Lord, why would you ever say that to me? Oh, good idea. I'm glad somebody brought a flashlight because I left my light upstairs.
Well, that's weird.
No, it's dumb. Not weird. Ooh, red light happening.
Here.
This is where they told you to come?
Yep.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we got 3 Bobs. We're good. Sorry. And like all of a sudden they're like, Bob, Bob, Bob. And I'm like, okay.
You know anything else about Bob?
Anything about Bob?
Yep.
Uh,
You know how we just gotta roll through it and see what you got.
It was interesting. I just feel like somebody came in and literally like pointed at people with Bobs. Like, like Bob, Bob, Bob.
It's probably Paradia, but behind in the wall behind everybody who's sitting over here.
Yeah.
I guess the way the dirt is formed, it looks like there's like a face in back there, but it's really interesting. I guess somebody wrote help on the wall too back there, or it says HFG on the wall. Okay, so it does say that. So to
Where's your face, sweetheart?
to the right.
Okay. The hole?
Yeah, you can't see it with the regular light. It's really weird looking through the camera.
Oh.
So, whatever. It's very interesting. It looks cool. So, we can run the Haytel and do some quick burst session EVPs if you guys want.
Yeah.
So this records about 30 seconds of audio, and it's very, very sensitive. So even if you like whisper something, it sounds like an EVP. So make sure if you whisper or your belly rumbles or something, just let us know, okay? Sarah, why don't you ask a couple questions since you're the one who felt all this stuff, and we'll go from there. Sound good?
Yes.
All right, here we go, and go.
Do I have someone here that is naming off people on the other side? I heard Bob, Bob, Bob. Are you telling me this information?
People on the other side. I heard Bob, Bob, Bob. Are you telling me this information?
This is the furnace room, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this seems to have a lot of activity in here. All right, Sarah, go ahead and ask another question.
How many people, how many spirits do we have in this room? And what was your favorite thing to eat? Did someone get poisoned down here? Did someone down here, is something wrong with your stomach? Is something wrong with your stomach? Do you feel sick?
How many people, how many spirits do we have in this room? And what was your favorite thing to eat? Did someone get poisoned down here? Did someone down here, is something wrong with your stomach? Is something wrong with your stomach? Do you feel sick?
I know the chair moved, but that sounded pretty interesting right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, it's very sensitive.
I was like, is somebody talking behind it?
It could be. So does anybody else have a question they want to ask or questions? If you do, let me know and I'll run the recorder. You ask anything you want. Don't feel silly. All right, I'll do it. Wait till the walking's done. Palmer Spirits, my name is Scott. I want to say thank you for having me here.
I'd like to know why there are so many spirit occurrences here in the furnace room. Is there a trauma down here that you'd like to talk about? Are you happy to have visitors here?
Palmer Spirits, my name is Scott. I want to say thank you for having me here. I'd like to know why there are so many spirit occurrences here in the furnace room.
That was a response.
Is there a trauma down here that you'd like to talk about? Are you happy to have visitors here?
A little something in there, but nothing definitive. Does anybody have any questions they want to ask? I know we have some folks who work here, but there are some other folks here. You paid to come here and have a paranormal experience, and I got to tell you that a lot of times, if Sarah and I aren't getting a response, they may not want to talk to us, but somebody in here may get a better response or have a response. So if you have a cool question that's coming to mind, don't be afraid to ask it. It's okay.
Let's do it one time.
Good. Good.
Hey, you guys, it's Joy Jacksonville. You know us very well, and we're just asking you. You've been really quiet lately. Is there a reason? Is there something wrong? Can we help you with something? You know I love you. And if you need something, you have to tell us.
Let's do it one time. Get it.
Yeah.
Ready? Get it.
Did you feel something over your head, Sarah?
It's Joy Jacksonville. You know us very well, and we're just asking you. You've been really quiet lately.
I saw a shadow right over your head.
Is there a reason? Is there something wrong? Can we help you with something? You know I love you. And if you need something, you have to tell us.
Oh, that was interesting. That was a really loud noise at the end that nobody made. Okay, so I'll give you guys a little bit of a psychic compression. Well, two things happened. So I'm looking, I have the night vision going on this phone. It's a nice big screen. I see things. I didn't see this in the screen, but as you were asking those questions, I kept hearing somebody tell me, there's a couple different things here. One, I think somebody came here, I don't know how long ago, but they seem to have done some sort of ritual where they drew a circle somewhere, and they did something, and it's quieted things out. And the ghost keeps saying, "We're spinning out, I feel like they're not able to make traction like they normally would." And as I'm having that thought, over Sarah's head in perfect darkness, I see more dark, and it moved over her. And I asked, you heard me ask, do you feel anything? And she said, "Yeah, I feel like somebody's pushing on my head and my neck." So that's really interesting.
Which is a form of suppression, right? And if this mark was suppression, if it's suppressing them, I can tell you when I walked through the doors, it felt different to me. And I told several people, it feels different here. It feels different to me. And David was like, oh Sarah, but it does. It has the whole time. It felt different to me.
And as somebody who's never been here, it feels kind of spiritually like you really got to dig for it. Like sometimes I feel like you walk in and it hits you in the face, like upstairs near Dave's room, Lucy's room, right? Yeah. That room hit me in the face.
Yeah.
Down here, when I first came down here the other day, I saw quite a few things, but I really had to dig psychically into it to find it. And today I thought we were going to come down here and really feel something. Yeah.
It was other people behind the
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So that's just it. Like, we're going to have to really do some digging to see if we can find something.
Well, it's really interesting, Scotty. I don't know if people have told you, but the Fae are down here.
Oh, more fairies, eh?
Yeah. So it's really interesting if you want to go over there and see the lights.
Where?
Right down the hall. There's a space where we investigate, and there's these random blue, green, red lights that shoot around. You would think there's lightning bugs.
You mean yes. They have not been out.
They haven't?
No. This is what I mean. It's scary. And I feel like.
No wonder that's where I wanted to go.
I feel like there's something wrong with them down here. And I don't know if it's because little Chris has all her stuff moved down here. From Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is why anytime you're doing psychic work, say everything is a thought. So they said somebody brought new things in here.
Yes.
They literally said it to me, and I lost the train of thought because I was thinking about the shadow.
Yes.
But they said somebody brought new things in here.
So should we get them out and go to a storage unit?
But it doesn't matter. Like, to me, Sarah will tell you the same thing. New energy can suppress old energy.
Or block it, I guess.
Or block it, yes. So that definitely could be it. I wouldn't say that doesn't feel like it's on purpose. Somebody brought their things here, but maybe that might be the reason why things got kind of quiet.
Right. And also, they kept telling you just a few minutes ago to turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. Where did she put her stuff?
It's all in the hallway.
In the hallway over here?
And the snowman room behind you.
Yeah, behind me. All right.
Interesting.
So turn around makes sense.
Yep.
And
Hello?
after she brought it down here, the first tour was pretty good. After that, dead silent. And I'm wondering, do I tell her to move it to a storage unit, or?
I don't know if I'd have it in the hallway, to be quite honest. But it'll
I don't know if we can put it anywhere down here.
Okay.
Then it makes me wonder, maybe this was a sign because we want to come down here and just throw garbage away. Well,
Oh, and somebody last night said you need to clean the basement.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, maybe we should clean the basement because I don't want to upset them. Once it's at the dump, we can't get it back.
That's true.
So I'm like, maybe we should clean the basement.
Maybe it was more clean the basement with the new stuff.
Maybe it's just kind of reorganized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ever since little Chris put her stuff down here, she's been quiet.
Who's little Chris?
The lady with the dog?
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't realize you all called her little Chris.
We do.
Like she's a rapper.
That'd be Lil.
Lil Chris. Let's see.
You did?
I've been feeling a little over here up in my hand.
So those spirits are here with us. Obviously, we're trying to connect with all of you, and me giving you a narrative is not as powerful as you saying it yourself. So if you want, we can try another way for you to speak, and maybe you can say it a different way, okay? How good are they using equipment down here, like different sorts of... Okay, neither of which I have.
Last time
We have upstairs if you want.
Cat ball was going crazy.
Right in the cafe.
Oh, is the cat ball down here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They liked music too. They were playing Johnny Cash.
I remember that. I remember when we did that.
Mm-hmm.
I had something touch my cat ball 3 times in the next room.
Alright, we'll run.
I think we have something manifesting. It's trying to pull through in the door. Oh shit!
Did that just rush at you?
Yes, it did. It just ran at me. Did you see it run at me?
I saw it like just.
Sorry. Okay, I
Dude,
just need to take a minute.
I turned on the ghost tube Vox just so it would have something else to talk to.
October.
And as you said, oh shit, that's what it said. Shit, as soon as you said it.
Dude, it ran at me though.
That was crazy.
It's twice now. And then there's a smell with it.
Yeah.
There's a smell with it.
What's the smell?
Like like a soury, oily, like a sour oil. Like if there was such a thing.
Okay. So something that I was smelling upstairs was I thought that at certain points things smelled kind of smelled like decomposition in different parts of the hotel. And I hadn't said anything because I wanted to see who else might say that. And another guest did say that to me, who just, I don't know if he didn't want me to say anything to anybody else, but I said, okay, I'll keep it in mind because I also smelled something just like that. So, very interesting.
Do you mind if I came over there so I can see the doorway?
No, of course you're welcome to sit next to me. All of you. That was weird. It manifested like a white line. Did you see it? I did. And there was like a white line, and it grew, and then it came right at us. It was fast.
It was quick.
It was so fast.
As well.
So, Spirit, I'm running another type of spirit box, and you can come and manipulate it and say whatever you like, and we would love to hear from you. So if you can talk through that, that would be really wonderful. Really wonderful.
Can I also ask why you're running at me? Is there something you want me to know? Do you want us to play Johnny Cash for you again? Why did it affect the cat ball?
You know?
At my ass. It ran right at my face. Like it was insane.
It didn't look like it was as low as
No, it was up high. It was up here. Yeah?
Jack said when you were just right, when you said Johnny Cash, you could feel a tug on back second.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we need some
Also, I was hearing like a squeak, like, you like open the door and you're like, squeak.
Oh, like somebody's coming in?
I heard that.
Did this
The squeak?
Yes, this is where they stored bodies.
I just got a funeral home.
Yes, it was. Well, not a funeral home, but. Would you guys be all willing to do something for me? We've done this before, and it really worked here. And I always ask everybody to open their heart chakra by tapping on it, because when we work through the heart chakra, it's a stronger energy. So the way we communicate, even through our words, it will allow our hearts to open, and this energy flow from that. Thank you. Just tap it for just a minute and just relax. There's that smell again.
I smell it right now,
Did
too.
you smell it?
I do.
It's like a soury, oily, I don't even know how to explain it. Try one more thing if you guys, I don't mean to bother everybody, but if you could do me a favor and snap your fingers. This also brings energy into the room and can break up old energy. Thank you. just want to see if we can amplify this space.
All right, I'm going to run the ghost tube box again. I'm going to tell you what I do, because sometimes it sounds like gibberish, but what happens is I use an AI program to run it through after we record it, and the AI program is very good at picking up the words that are being said, and then we might be able to get more intelligent responses if something's trying to talk with us, okay? So keep your heart chakras open like Sarah says, and let's see what these spirits might have to say to us.
Unhappy.
Unhappy. Okay. Spirits, why are you unhappy?
Acknowledge.
Acknowledged.
Good.
Good. Okay. Who needs to be acknowledged? Is there something new down here that... It's just weird that it waits till I was talking.
Just, first of all.
Yep. Is there something new down here that you don't like? Where are you from? What the hell was that? Oh, maybe you. Did you move your hand?
No.
You didn't move your hand? Oh, we're gonna look at something. You didn't? Did you move your head or anything?
I might have.
Can you do me a favor and move a little bit? Like, did you lean forward?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's what that was. Just something interesting came across, but you would have had to come really kind of far over.
He didn't come that close, though.
No, he didn't come in front of your camera.
Okay.
No, I was like this.
He was just right there. He didn't.
I
Right
didn't.
now.
Yeah.
No, quite the opposite. Something got in front of it and reflected the IR light back at it, and it looked like a hand or something getting in front of it, and then it moved back. That's why I was.
Touch.
Oh, it said the touch.
Touch.
Yes, and I was not recording that part, of course. So I'm going to download the damn thing. But because I want to look at that piece of video real quick and show you guys and see what you think. That was interesting. Glad that we were running 2 cameras. We'll get to that part real quick. All right.
Sorry.
Better.
I was just surprised there's nobody else in any part of the basement down here.
We got some.
Where is he? We're hanging with him.
Let me get to this
Maybe
part.
somehow a vacuous hole opened up and sucked you guys in.
Yeah. What in the freak is happening here?
Everybody went upstairs. Because normally the basement is the most popular spot to be in. Yep. Everybody went up. Yep.
I'm wondering if there's something in what Chris brought. I really truly am. Can I ask spirits that are here, is there something in the boxes that is creating like, you're not being able to communicate, or it worries you, or you want to stay away from it? Anything like that? This is an opportunity to say so. Please just come and bump this table.
I think it was just your hair I got. Oh, where'd you go? Where'd you go?
So you're okay with the stuff that Chris brought here? If it's a yes, can you also move the table?
See that? I think you
touch
just whipped
the
your hair.
cat
You think you did that?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I think.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it might have been just.
Yeah, just your hair coming around. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why we look, man.
Mm-hmm.
You go real close to that green light. Put your hand in front of it, and we'll be able to see your hand go right on the wall. It's okay, Hannah. Don't be afraid.
Sit on.
That's good help.
That's what it sounded like. But it also sounded like earlier it said go away, so who knows?
Well, they said they've upset me. I came in this room.
You upset them?
No, on my thing. They
Oh.
upset. Have you the children here?
I am. I stopped here, yeah.
Just so everybody in there knows, we got an Ethan. And somebody else got a Maddie in there. Hannah. We were just getting all kinds of names, so.
Interesting. I like it. JD's in here. It's over here in the corner. Yeah, it's just hide down.
Yeah. You know, that's the name that I got earlier. Is Anne, not Hannah, but Anne, I'm pretty sure for Hannah. Where did you come from, Anne?
Did you guys pick this room because you felt like there was something here, or did you just want to investigate this room?
I wanted to come back and visit from yesterday
Mhm.
when I had met up with the little girl in the laundry room.
Okay.
So I wanted to see if they would talk
Want
to
them in
the
here?
spirit talk.
Okay. Because in here, I've been living up in this room for 3 days next door, and it's felt like absolutely flat in here. I stopped in every night and just stopped in here, and I was like getting 0 of anything. So.
How great would it have been if it would have started doing the underdogs? Oh, it just trickled down again, yeah. What is that? That's weird. You're okay? You will be. You will be what? We'd like to call in any of the animals. Is the dog or cat here with us? You can come in the room. We love animals.
That's so weird. After all, you can hear things talking over you.
Yeah. Can you guys step into the room? Come in here and maybe come around by Scotty and I so that we can keep the door frame open again. I want to just see if we can get what's scrambling around. And up against the wall, honey, please. Okay. All right, we're all watching now. Can you come back in the room and run around with us? Like I said, we love animals. Can you come on in? What kind of bird is that? Is it a card? Oh, yep. Step back towards the bed a little bit more. Perfect. Thank you.
There it was.
Why do you keep flinching?
Because there's something invisible running towards us.
Yeah, but it's like a mouse.
Or a bird. Or is the thing that crawled up the wall in Lucy's room at one point is now learning how to crawl on the ground.
But no, that was big.
Is it a fae?
Dun dun dun. That was Heidi, by the way, that said that it was a nasty little thing.
No, I meant the fae.
I know.
Yeah, we know.
We want them pissed at you, not at us.
I'm sorry.
Somebody back by the door right now? Okay. That's them. So I asked if there's somebody out in the hall.
You know, Sarah, you're not going to like this, but I think you should sit on the floor.
Yeah, and you should call it to you.
Yep. Bingo. This is science, baby.
Science. What is it, Sarah?
I think she peed a little bit.
Yeah, what's that smell? It's like asparagus and
Sears. No, you weren't down there long enough. We got to see if it's going to come over to you.
Oh, it just ran across the hall again. I'm going to go out in the hall and try to communicate with it.
All right.
See if we can get something.
Okay. I'm coming over here because it's so hot at that window. My legs burn.
Sorry for it later.
Oh, I was so in the frame. I'll pick you up, big guy.
Okay. Am I in camera screwing things up?
Not really, no.
No, you look great.
Did you see that? It was very faint and it came right out of him, underneath him. Yeah.
That's why it's already by now.
He probably farted, yeah.
All right, Dave, when you're ready.
We're chatting. Is this one of the kids in the room with us? My name's Dave. Something keeps running around on the floor and flying in the sky. Can you tell us what that is? Are you trying to scare Sarah? Because if you are, her room's right across over there. You can go hang out there and wait for her later. Can you see us or do you just hear us? Hang on. You can come on by if you want to.
It was on the wall 3 times then, Dave.
Was it on the wall? What was it doing?
Where are you going,
right
you big
above
baby?
your head.
Where you going, you big baby? Nothing like support and love. She was going over to her room where I sent the ghosts, Scotty. Come on.
That's not a ghost, that's a little thing. Oh, I'm a little thing.
Just make sure you're not sitting on the pillows, please.
Yeah.
You're gonna go down and go bathroom. You just use this one right here. Like you would have been okay with it if it was my room?
There it goes. There it
Whoa.
goes. Dave, it went right to your head.
What?
It went
It just
right,
went down to your head.
down behind you.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
But that was as Jax walked in, wasn't it?
It was right
Yeah, but it
before.
was definitely like like if it was anything, it would be a shadow, right? And it was against the wall, and it had nothing to do with him. It was a partner.
Watch the wall.
And now,
What did it say?
in the ruins,
Within the ruins.
how many people are standing at that door right now?
1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's everybody in the hallway.
Okay, good, because there's a lot. Like, you can see there's a lot there. It's crazy. Ooh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
I'll walk
Something in the
back.
shadows?
Yeah.
Consumed by shadows.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Raymond, is it a bird or is it a mouse? Loud right off the beginning, isn't it? You know, I got every possible person.
Mm-hmm.
Here, come on.
All right, I'm leaving. All right.
Don't threaten us with a good
Oh,
time.
there
Whoa!
it followed it, went right out the door. That was a circle.
Dude, it came, I'll show you, it came down. Oh, of course, the stupid camera came like,
Right, and out.
that was cool.
Yeah.
So
And this
hopefully
time it was a
is
circle
recording.
instead of a block.
Well, I got it, that one I got captured on this camera, so we'll get it.
All right.
Got it.
Come on in and grab a piece of floor. I just want to try to hear. Okay, just don't.
There went again. Okay, that could have been right after you.
Yeah, just kind of back up around.
Oh,
Because I don't want.
yeah, it was another one.
Well, I just don't
It
want
blinked, you're right.
us to think your foot is.
Good job, sweetie.
Everything okay over there?
Everything's fine.
Things good.
Raymond, can I ask you a question? I was wondering, were you trying to scare me out of the room? Because I was in here with Dave. I just want to know if that was you.
Oh!
What did it do?
Big black blob just came down from your head kind of.
Awesome, I missed it. I was looking at it.
Right over,
Big
black ball, right down over your head and down, like, in your legs.
Where did that baby go?
Right side.
It was on the right side.
Raymond, why are you trying to scare Sarah?
Get out. Shh, Dad's up. Is this recording?
Yes.
Okay, very cool.
Cool.
We've got a lot of shit going on, starting at about 10:09.
Okay.
When Sarah and I were in here, all of a sudden something came like, looking like it crawled across the floor, then jumped up and started flying, like a black
Why is it
ball.
mapping
You
in
seen
there?
that in
Hasn't
here?
mapped
I've seen
in
it
since he said that.
whenever I use this,
Yeah, and
but
then,
I can't determine what it is.
well, we asked for it a few times and it's shown up. Sarah was asking Raymond, are you trying to scare us? And also the big black ball dropped down at her, so. Just lean back a little bit so it's not mapping in, Kev, because we want to see that, because it's right in this door frame area that the black ball keeps making itself seen.
Yeah, if it was someone with a camera, it would be happening in other places, right? So we know that it just keeps. What did it say?
Satisfies, overlay
Okay.
just before that.
That's interesting. So we know that it's happening in that door frame. So, you know, the fact it's not happening anywhere else means it's not a problem with the camera.
What are the lights in there, Kev? UV lights?
They're UV growing lights.
Also, don't stare at them in UV lights.
Right.
Could have let off with that one, Kev. Everybody's in here staring at UV lights, wondering why their eyes are burning.
UV growing lights, and Scotty goes, don't look directly at them. They're not good. You could have started off with that, Kev. So, sorry about that.
Oh, did you see that?
What was that?
It was an orb that came down right on his arm. It was not a black orb. It was like a white ball orb.
Yeah, so just from 10:09 all the way to 10:35, just keep watching. You're getting crazy shit.
Yeah, it was great. Sarah's jumping. There's nothing
this
better.
records in 10-minute segments.
Uh-oh.
So when you hear that beep, it's starting a new segment.
So what if that ball we're seeing is when that switches over?
I see by the window.
Oh,
There it
and
goes
there's
again.
the black one again.
We don't refer to them as the black one anymore, okay?
Baltimore people do. Can't do anything with it.
It's not that black one. It's not nice.
And we see that one?
Yep.
Right over here.
I know.
No, it didn't.
So, does anybody have like a K2 or something? You do? You have one on you? My man. Maybe we put that over there near that wall and see if it is having like any lights happening. Yeah, because if there's something coming through there, maybe there's another way to measure what's happening.
Stand here and hold it?
Yeah, dude. So it's happening up. Can you hold it up like near your head just so we know you, and we'll see if when the black shadow shows up, if those K2 lights go off, okay? There it goes. Yeah. So whatever's coming through the hallway, if you're intelligent, can you please set off that meter that Jax is holding? Okay.
I saw someone pass up in the corner and I saw something. So I know there's a window out there, and like it came out of that window. Like a little like. I am at the end of the path.
See, Jackson heard you. It was at the end of the path there.
Yeah.
The next time we see one, somebody keep time of it and see how much time passes again. Because maybe there's a rolling pattern for something.
Afraid my legs have gone numb now. I may be just stuck in your room for the rest of the night.
That was his plan.
For the roofies, I just got floored.
He'll be here all night, folks. Literally.
Was the thing only, like you're only seeing it when Sarah was in here? Could Sarah be a catalyst?
And we've seen it a couple times since she left.
Yeah, but it's happened since she left, right?
Yeah. Did it flash a little bit there, Jax?
Yeah.
It did? Okay.
It keeps going keeps going green and sometimes yellow.
And green and yellow, right? So that means that because you're not moving it, so that means that there may be an energy pattern that's coming through there and setting that off. That doesn't necessarily mean it's paranormal, but the fact that this camera isn't supposed to pick up energy and we keep seeing black masses form, there could be something happening that they're both picking up. So you're doing a good job. Let us know when it goes up, and if it goes any higher than that yellow, you can jump over Dave and leave. Just kidding.
If his arm gets hard, you can lean it against the wall.
Yeah, you can lean it. Yeah, you can lean against the wall too, buddy. Dave, do you want to ask a couple more questions? It seems to be pretty responsive to you.
What's your voice?
Here, let Kev ask. Kev, this is your room. You're working with Ray. Let's see what you get.
Ray, was that you jumping up and down on my bed Thursday night? Are you okay? Do you need help? Can you see the red and blue lights? Yeah.
Getting warm?
It's very warm.
Standing there and it was like burning my leg.
I just got a cigarette and a rocking chair.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You Ray?
And what I said was that you
How do you know?
Thursday night and
Did you do something a minute ago? When you shut your eyes?
I was looking, but I'm not really getting anything. So I'm holding on this wall, see if I have anything come out. So far, kind of flat for me on a psychic level, but that doesn't mean anything.
No.
It did slow down after Sarah, but it
Mhm.
didn't happen after Sarah.
But so if you didn't know this, when we were downstairs, Sarah, we were sitting downstairs in the dark in the basement, and she kept saying that something was running at her feet. Right, that's what you heard her say. Obviously, you were down there, you heard that. So it's interesting that she came in here and something again started coming at her. So I don't know if she made something upset or mad, or she's just inadvertently attracting that kind of energy tonight. It happens, and she might be kind of the catalyst for whatever's going on. So if you want the activity, go follow her around. Plus, she's really good for a scare.
Sorry. Brushed her twice, and then she
Yeah.
looked like she was gonna jump off the ground when this thing came in on the ground.
What do you got? A portable SOS? How many LSs you got, buddy? Kev?
I have 4.
Oh, that's why I can't find any. He has them all. This guy. All right, so what other kinds of methods can we use in here to see if Raymond wants to come out? What do you think?
Well, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I apologize, I didn't really get to wrap it up the way I wanted to. This is definitely in the realm of Scotty Vlogs versus like a paranormal story video. This was absolutely a blast. I can't wait to go back to the Palmer House. I want to say a big shout out thank you to Kelly, who runs the Palmer House, and all the folks there who made it so much fun. All the people who work there are awesome. And also a huge thank you to my friend Dave Schrader and my friend Sarah Lemos for having me along on this weekend. It was super unique. It was a lot of fun. And again, this is just like an insight for everybody who doesn't get to go on these trips or make these. I'm like you, I don't get to go on every trip. I have to say no to a lot of stuff. Either money isn't there or it's just not an accessible time in my life to be able to go do these things. So this sort of stuff is really special. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Make sure you do hit the like and subscribe. Obviously it helps the video. This was a very long one comparatively to other ones, and I can only get better from here, I suppose. I was kind of shooting this half of like a paranormal investigation video and half of like trying to give you a little bit of what the experience was over the weekend and what it's like to hang out with all of these amazing people. If you got something out of this video, make sure you put it down in the comments. If you watch this all the way through in one shot, the first person to say that they did that, I'll know because you'll have seen this. Put down here, and I'm gonna give you a like, and maybe we'll send you something, but only what should be the buzzword? What word should you have to say? Say all of the beautiful horses. That's what you have to say. Say that down here in the comments. I'll know you made it all the way to the end of the video, and I'll find something to send you. It'll be cool. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you.